Alrighty, it is coming to the end of December, and we have a few things I want to go over. I figured I'd do at least a weekly update at the bare minimum. There doesn't seem to be a lot of interesting news coming out right now. Once Parliament shut down, everything kind of just went away for the most part. Now, obviously, the politics doesn't end, still tenfold. But not to Justin Trudeau. The King of Canada was seen going on a expensive luxury ski trip. King Trudeau. We have a couple videos here of him. Let's take a little look. Posted this compilation to what I would assume is TikTok, and as we could see here, he is wearing a toque with the number 1 on it, showing that yes, he is the number 1 loser in all of Canada. Even he knows it at this point. It's just the fact. We have a lovely video, an absolutely fantastic video of a fed-up Canadian telling Trudeau to get the fuck out of BC during his Christmas vacation ski trip.
Mr. Prime Minister. Yeah. Please get the fuck out of BC.
Have a wonderful day, man.
Yeah, you suck.
Every time I see a video with this man in it, it is always somebody giving him the business.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Please get the fuck out of BC.
Have a wonderful day, man.
Do us all a favor and get the fuck out of Canada. How about that? We also got this video here, another video of Trudeau on his skiing trip. Just take a little look, shall we?
Yeah, that's him, all right.
You gotta love that, even out of the House of Commons, he still waves his hands around like a absolute maniac. But yep, there he is. Expensive vacation. Most likely on the taxpayers' dollar, too. A lot of reports saying that Pierre is pushing for this early election at the end of January. There's been a lot of talk recently about whether or not this early election is gonna come. As lovely as I think it would be to have a early January election, a non-confidence vote in Trudeau, and how important that is right now, I still have zero confidence in Jagmeet Singh. And yes, he can come out here and say that time and time again he's for Canadians, and now every option's on the table. Now that he's received his pension, every option is on the table to fix Canada, to help Canadians. And I still don't believe him. I still don't believe Jagmeet. I still, not for 1 minute, buy a single thing he has to say, period. Even after he gets his pension. I don't know why anybody takes anything he has to say as if it were the truth. Pierre Poilievre explains who decides when the election will be. I think we all know who is deciding that as of right now.
The NDP, Jagmeet Singh has said, you know, we talked back when he had ripped up his agreement. I think he said 40 odd times that he'd ripped up the agreement, but wouldn't say if he'd vote non-confidence. He still won't say that, but his House Leader Peter Julian the other day said, well, if Trudeau's still the leader by the end of February, beginning of March, maybe we'll think about it. Interesting timing.
Yeah, you were the first to point out that's when Singh gets his pension. So Jagmeet, isn't it incredible? We have 41 million Canadians held hostage by one man's pension ambitions. Like, it is just like unbelievable how pathetic it is that our entire country is being held up by this guy's obsession with getting that pension. And he should be
He's a scumbag, and he should be looked at as nothing else. It's just that simple. Comes down to the fact that he is holding all of Canada hostage for his $2.2 million pension. Honestly, at this point, if you back, support, or vote for the NDP, you're not just shooting yourself in the foot with a revolver, you're pointing a fucking bazooka at the ground, pulling the trigger, reloading it, and then pulling it again. I really don't understand how anyone in their right mind could sit there and vote NDP knowing exactly what they are doing. And they're so blatantly doing it too. They're not trying to hide it. They're not trying to scheme and plot behind the scenes against Canadians. They're just Jagmeet and the NDP out in the open, just waiting for their money, waiting for their final days to arrive, to get their pensions, to get their little paychecks.
Ashamed of himself, really. You know, he goes out claiming Trudeau should resign less than 10 days after he voted to keep Trudeau in office.
Yeah, and I've made that argument time and time again. It's just how they are. And like I said, I don't know how anybody could take anything they say seriously. We have more news coming out here. This one from CTV News. There's a prediction that Trudeau will resign. I'm sorry, guys. This rumor comes out. Oh, Trudeau is going to step down today. Guys, the big news is coming out. All these MPs are coming out saying Trudeau is going to resign. Come on, guys. As much as we all want to believe it, as much as we all want him gone, you really think that his ego is going to allow him to do that? You really think that he even has half the balls as his father did? His father was a terrible leader as well, but at least his father actually resigned. At least he saw the writing on the wall, but no. Justin, on the other hand, the fucking ship is already in the Marianas Trench, and he's still sitting on it, happily waiting for it to be lifted out of the waters, but I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. He thinks he's doing a fantastic job for all of Canada and supporting Canadians in their best interests. He's said it time and time again. This is what he truly believes. This is what he actually thinks. He thinks he's a good leader.
And if that election were to happen right now, according to Canada 338, it would be devastating for the Liberals. It shows not only will they lose, but possibly drop to third place.
If the Bloc were to become the opposition, they would only argue points for Quebec and Quebecers. It would just be the party of Quebec, saying what is in the best interest for Quebecers. And even then, the Bloc still can't deliver on more than half of the things they say.
Well, the Conservatives say they will set a plan in motion early in the new year to bring down the Trudeau government. In a news release, the Conservatives said the Public Accounts Committee will meet on January 7th to vote on moving their motion of non-confidence in the Liberal government to the House of Commons as soon as it returns from the winter break.
Well, we can only hope that's true, but once again, it comes down to Jagmeet and whether or not he actually cares, which he doesn't, because the third non-confidence vote was there. He had the opportunity to vote Trudeau out and didn't. You can call everybody back early, but it simply comes down to if Jagmeet pulls through or not, which he's not going to. I'm very, very confident in that too. So yes, bring on the fourth non-confidence vote. Go right ahead. I'm not saying don't do it. If it gets denied a fourth time, it only shows further how corrupt Jagmeet truly is. We already all know this. Further prove it. This will be like the 10th cherry on the cake. We have more Liberal MPs calling for Trudeau to resign. Any rational individual in a position of leadership would resign. Any group of individuals providing advice based on data and logic would reach the same conclusion. This is a Liberal MP from Calgary. And we have yet more political turmoil for Trudeau as pressure mounts. And a video from Global News.
There's more political turmoil for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Oh.
The Atlantic Liberal Caucus is now calling on him to step down as party leader. MPs sent a letter to Trudeau following a caucus meeting Monday, asking him to resign.
You know what? All these Liberal MPs could come out claiming they want him to resign, claiming they want change. If they actually wanted change, they would leave the party. They would drop out of the Liberal Party.
Simply put, time is of the essence, and our caucus is of the view that it is not tenable for you to remain as leader, wrote it.
Yeah, so it's not tenable for him to remain as leader, yet you still remain in the party. You still most likely will back him and support him, even though you've come out saying you want him to resign. Leave the party. Step down from your position. If you actually care, if you actually want change, if you practice what you preach, then step down. Every Liberal MP should step down. If they truly believe that Trudeau is not a good leader anymore or fit to be leader of this country, then leave the party. Stop backing him. You spineless sacks of shit. Our entire parliament is more or less just a joke. It's a bunch of people claiming that the Prime Minister isn't fit to be leader, yet will still back him in every way, shape, and form when the time comes. And the final piece of news that I will be covering today, the Eaton Centre was pretty much taken over by a protest for Israel-Palestine, a massive arrest, Netanyahu poster flag thing being hung there. I'm all for freedom of speech and, you know, being able to protest and all of that, but get the fuck out of the mall. Like, this is just so incredibly unnecessary. Mall is already packed as it is. You don't need 10,000 more people there, not to shop, might I add, just to fucking stand around and scream. Like, do it outside. Do it anywhere else. For the love of God, you're not making anybody's life better by doing this, and you're sure as hell not helping the cause over there by screaming here in the Eaton Center. I don't know. I really don't have any words for this. It's alrighty. That's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button. Ladies and gentlemen, we officially did it. We officially got monetized on YouTube. Had to do some retooling, had to remove some videos, had to rework the channel. After the third attempt of trying to become monetized, we finally hit the goal. We're now a monetized YouTube channel, so I want to thank each and every one of you who has supported the channel this far. It's really only the beginning. It really is, because earlier this year, about 10 or so months ago, this channel had less than 1,000 subscribers. And now we are well on our way to breaking over 17,000. So once again, thank you guys so much. This channel has absolutely exploded in ways I could not imagine over this past year. And I realized I wasn't in the proper view there, but whatever, you get the point. Thank you very much, everybody. And I will see you very soon. Very, very soon. House of Commons, question period. It should all be returning near the end of this month. Or near the end of January. For some reason, I thought we were in January. Fucking New Year's hasn't happened yet. I'm already 10 steps ahead. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.